Well, 20 years ago, adultery ended marriages. Today we see adultery as more and more a treatable offense in most cases. Not all, but most cases. And if it's apart from sexual addiction, where there's been multiple affairs and prostitutes and strip clubs and porn use and all that kind of stuff, if it's one of those typical first-time adulteries, it has a very good chance of surviving if the appropriate therapy is applied to the situation. And the marriage has a good history. That good history in a marriage is really vital to saving them. But when those couples come in, they see me, they find me, and they see me, and there's been an adultery. Basically, your first approach is, are you willing to leave this person for 90 days? You don't have to leave them forever, but you have to leave your girlfriend or your boyfriend for 90 days as you work through this marriage. You can't work through this marriage and still have a boyfriend or girlfriend, because whatever progress we make in working through this marriage will be done away with totally when you walk out of my office and you get a text from your boyfriend who says, "How you doing, honey? I've been thinking about you. I hope it went okay and wasn't too hard on you." Well, right then and there, you're just like the alcoholic who walked out of a relapse training program and took a swig out of a hip flask. It's the same thing. So the person who's involved in the affair has got to be willing to set this girlfriend or this boyfriend aside for 90 days in order to work through the marriage. And even if they don't stay married, I tell them in that first session, even if you don't stay married, you need to work through this marriage before you leave it. Otherwise, you drag all the unfinished business of the marriage into this next future relationship. And you will make your spouse in this first marriage all bad, and as a result, you will make your girlfriend or your boyfriend all good, and they're not going to be all good. And that good-bad split will destroy the second relationship, which is why second marriages have higher divorce rates than first marriages do. So what you have to do is, to the degree that your spouse can forgive you for your affair, to that degree, that spouse can also start rebuilding respect for you. And to the degree they rebuild respect, they can start rebuilding trust. And to the degree they rebuild trust, they can rebuild love if they want to. So it goes forgiveness, respect, trust, and love. And that's the process for a recovery. That has to happen if you're going to save a marriage, and it has to happen whether you save a marriage or not, because you two parents are going to be in your kids' lives for years to come, 50 years, 60 years to come maybe. And your children need to have the freedom of inviting both of you to their children, your grandchildren's, graduations, marriages, child experiences, baptisms, without worrying about mom and dad throwing a scene when they're in each other's presence.